Previously on 24.
America has been victimized again. Last night's terrorist attack in San Antonio was now the latest in this series of bombings that began 11 weeks ago in 10 different cities.
Retrieve the package. Call me when you have it.
What happened? Shouldn't have come here, Scott. I don't want to hurt you, but I will unless you do exactly what I say.
I'm Mr. Al-Razani's attorney. There are no terrorists here. Yes, it's Sandra Palmer. I'd like to speak with my brother. The FBI was just here, and they wanted access to the IAA's personnel records.
You know I have to do whatever I can to stop these attacks. All that includes giving law enforcement the authority to follow up on every single lead they get. I can't find the files.
They've been erased. Don't bother trying to recall them. I used the shredding program.
Sandra, what are you doing? You're under arrest. Take Mr. Al-Razani into custody.
Wait a minute. He has nothing to do with this.
Don't move. Where is it, sir?
Put down your weapon.
You came here alone. Fire set you up. He provided CTA with the coordinates to this house.
Move!
I've gotten most of my people and the governments that support us to agree to a ceasefire with the West.
And that's what Fayad wants to sabotage.
Yes. But finding Fayad is the key. These are Fayad's men.
They're going in the subway. Can't let him get on the train.
Only the bomber is getting on the train. The other man is the handler.
You follow the handler. I'm going after the bomber.
We're heading in your direction.
I copy that. I'll find you. Just stay with the handler. He's our only connection to Fayad.
The following takes place between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m.
You still have Fayad's man inside?
He's in a gray sedan, about 6 cars ahead. Yes.
Are you on schedule?
Yeah, there was some traffic around Union Station, but I'm on the road now.
There's been a change. I need you to make that stop in New York before you come back here. The Americans will be feeling helpless now. I'm making the call.
The casualty estimate in St. Louis has risen to 112. The mall attack in Baltimore is even worse. Over 200 dead. Many of them children.
My God. What about the bomb in Los Angeles?
We've confirmed that Jack Bauer averted the attack at Union Station. Passive surveillance from Metro Transit has also confirmed he's working with Assad.
Have you been able to make contact with him?
No, sir, Jack's been dark since he called to warn us about Fayad and we didn't listen.
I didn't listen.
We're receiving a call from Fayad. He's demanding to speak with the president.
Mr. President, we're receiving a call on a scrambled channel from Fayad, sir. He's demanding we speak with you.
Put him on.
This is President Palmer. Mr. President, we've proven we can strike at you anytime, anywhere. But I'm prepared to offer you a ceasefire. If you meet my demands.
Your demands? Fayad, we met your demands before, remember? When you deceived us about Assad being the one behind these attacks. And now you expect me to just accept your assurances of a ceasefire.
I expect you will take any action that holds the promise of avoiding the loss of more American lives.
What do you want?
You're holding 110 so-called enemy combatants at your Palmdale military facility in violation of international law. We must have all these freedom fighters on a non-military aircraft in the air by the end of the hour. The pilot will be informed of their destination once the plane is outside your country's airspace.
Even if I agree to this, there is not enough time for us to
find a way. Because if you don't release the prisoners by the deadline, the consequences will be immediate and devastating. I will only make this offer once, Mr. President. For your country's sake, I hope you accept it.
Is it even possible, Karen, that's what these attacks have been about? Releasing the prisoners at Palmdale?
Sir, I feel it's wishful thinking to assume this is Fayad's endgame.
Bill, contact Palmdale.
Find out exactly what would be involved in making this happen.
Yes, sir.
Mr. President, you cannot seriously consider giving in to this man's demands.
mean, you said yourself, Fayed cannot be trusted.
No, he can't. And Tom, I do not believe for 1 second he has any intention of stopping these attacks. Not permanently. But going along with this buys us more time to find Fayed. At the very least, it gives the country a respite from the bombings.
Sir, you'd be releasing 110 extremely dangerous terrorists.
Karen, I am very well aware of that. But unless we find Fayed, I may be forced to.
We got a problem.
What?
He's heading north. The farther he gets outside of the city, the less traffic we'll have to hide in. It's gonna be more difficult to track him all the way to Fayed without him seeing us.
What else can we do?
We need to call CTU. They can give us satellite coverage.
No, I said no, CTU. They killed my men. They tried to kill me.
That's because Fayed made them believe you were behind the bombings.
I will not work with my enemies.
You're working with one now. You might hate this country, you might hate its values. But if you were serious about disarming, about bringing your organization and others to the table, then you know you have to compromise. That is your political reality.
What's to say they won't put me in prison once they have me?
I can't tell you they won't. But right now, that is our only lead to Fayed.
Make the call.
Thank you.
Morse, I need you to load this.
What is it?
The president just got a call from Fayed. He's demanding we release all the prisoners from Palmdale. We need to vet each one of them in case he goes through with it.
Well, he won't. There's some pretty serious high-grade terror suspects. Calm down. No one's letting him go.
Excuse me. Are you refusing to do this?
I think you should give this to one of the girls in archives. I'm working at Fayed Threads. That's more important.
Okay, I don't really care what you think is important. It's not your place to tell me what's important.
Calm down. I'm trying to help you do your job. You have to evaluate directives that come down. You can't just keep wasting the time of your most important analysts.
I'm not wasting.
Morris,
What? What?
I want triple filters on each one of these files. If I don't have results on my screen in 20 minutes, you are out of here.
grow up. O'Brien,
Chloe, this is Jack.
Jack, I didn't think I'd ever hear your voice again.
Chloe, I don't have a lot of time. I need to speak to Bill Buchanan.
Hold on.
Buchanan.
It's Jack on line 1.
Jack, where are you?
I'm in a car with Assad. We're tracking one of the suspects in the train bombing.
Jack, we know you're working with Assad. Are you sure you can trust him?
I think so.
What do you need, Jack?
Suspect's on Florence crossing Ormond. We believe he's ultimately going to lead us to Fayed, but we need Chloe to give us satellite support.
Logging onto the NSC server now.
Jack, Fayed just contacted President Palmer and demanded he release the prisoners we're holding at Palmdale.
What's the president's position?
If we don't find Fayed by the 9 a.m. deadline, I believe he'll go through with it.
It's gonna take me at least 10 minutes to get satellite coverage. I had to send the repositioning orders for the subserver.
That's too long. The suspect is entering Route 7. If we try to follow him, he'll see us.
Chloe, can you speed up access?
No, the SAT queue's overloaded. The entire country's on high alert. I can use Caltrans cameras to track them until the satellite can reposition. If there was a traffic cam on Route 7, there isn't. I already looked.
Jack, you're gonna have to figure out another way to track him until we get the satellite up.
Where's your nearest TAC team?
Curtis has a unit.
12 miles away.
Send him in my direction. I'll get back to you. Do you think this man will recognize you?
No. What do you have in mind?
Thanks, Manning on come.
Curtis, I just spoke to Jack. He's surveilling one of Fayed's men and needs backup.
Where is he?
Last known was Florence Boulevard near the entrance to Route 7. He's running this operation with Assad.
Did I hear that correctly? We're working with Assad?
Your orders are to rendezvous with them and lend support. All warrants on Assad are rescinded for the time being. Understood? Curtis?
We're on our way.
Don't get up. What's wrong with you? I know you saw me coming.
It was my right of way.
Tell me I don't know how to drive? I'm talking to you.
Hey, you alright? I saw the whole thing.
Get out of here. This has got nothing to do with you.
I'm a witness who drove straight into him.
What is it with you people? You gonna stick up for him?
Fine, I'll wait here until the police arrive.
Screw both of you. Screw you!
Where are you going? Hey! Hey, this is your fault! I stole his license to the police. I can't wait for the police. I can't drive there. I need to be somewhere. I'll just have to deal with this later. Where are you going?
New Hall. I was getting on Route 7.
So will I can take you to New Hall. I'll drop you there. Come.
Come.
I hope you're not going to let that bastard get away with this. Hit and run is a crime. You must file a police report. I know.
It's Jack Bauer. I need to speak with Bill Buchanan.
Buchanan.
Bill, it's Jack. Fayed's man is now in a car with Assad.
What happened?
The suspect was involved in a traffic incident. Now listen to me. Assad has left his cell phone open so that we can monitor the call. I'm going to be following roughly 2 miles behind in a white Jeep Cherokee. Through conversations with the suspect, Assad will let us know where he's going. I'm ready to transfer you into the call.
Go ahead, Jack.
Bill, they can't hear us on our side. You should be on the call now.
I don't know New Hall very well. I need you to guide me, please.
I will. Claudia, bring all agents together, pull on New Hall, set up parameters for assault. Chloe, when we get satellite, make sure we have coverage of that area. Let Curtis know that he's to intercept Jack somewhere on Route 7 on the way to New Hall.
Fayed,
What is it?
our scout is reporting increased activity around the Palmdale military prison. The transport buses are starting to arrive.
Good. By the time our jailed brothers are boarded on the aircraft, it'll be too late for the Americans to realize what's happened.
We still don't have the component.
We will. Ahmed should be on his way to pick it up now.
Scott, is that you?
Yeah.
Honey, we were beginning to get worried. My God, Ahmed, what happened?
Oh, he has a gun.
What's going on? What is this?
Where's Ray?
Just put the gun down and tell me what's happening.
Call him.
Ray?
Yeah. What the hell? I don't want to hurt any of you, but I will unless you do exactly what I say. You're a nurse, right? You have medical supplies, bandages? Go get them. Now! You too. On the couch. Now, come on. Sit down. Now. I need you to patch this leg. Stop the bleeding.
Yeah, Stan was right. You are a terrorist.
Stan's dead. I killed him.
What? I can't stop this bleeding.
Don't tell me that you can't.
The wound's too deep. You have muscle tissue damage. You need to see a doctor.
Just bandage it. There's a package in there. I'm supposed to take it to a man who has an item for me.
Press.
Obviously, I can't do that now, so you're gonna have to.
I'm not leaving you alone with my family.
Your family will be safe when you do what I say. When you pick up the item, you'll call me and I'll give you further instructions. What's in this package? That's none of your concern. You're just making it drop. Grab that phone and come here. Come here. Understand this. If I see anyone, police, FBI, anybody outside this house, or if you take too long, your wife and son are dead. Do you understand me? Look at me. Do you understand me?
I understand.
Where am I going?
There's an address in the front pocket of that backpack. It's a man named Marcus.
Go.
Curtis, how far away are you?
Less than 5 minutes.
Get there as fast as you can. Assad and Fayed's men are on open road. They're already 5 miles ahead.
Got it.
Oh, darling,
What?
so when did you take Milo's side against me?
You're doing it again.
And what's that, my lovely?
You pick on your bosses whenever you get stressed out.
Milo's not my boss. Heaven forbid.
Well, he might as well be. He could bounce you, which is what I think you really want sometimes.
And why would I want that?
I don't know. It's your character flaw, not mine.
The files you wanted are all unlocked. They'll be on your screen in a minute.
Good.
Mr. President, I just got off the phone with CTU. They've reconnected with Jack Bauer.
Where is he?
He's following a man he's identified as one of Fayed's operatives. CTU is now coordinating support for Jack because they believe this man will lead them to Fayed's location.
Did CTU offer a time frame for locating Fayed?
No, sir. At this point, any estimates would be premature.
And have you spoken with the Palmdale facility?
Yes, and the airfield. If we want to meet Fayed's deadline and have these prisoners in the air before the end of the hour, we have to have them on buses and on the road within the next 10 minutes. If you still want to proceed with that option.
Listen, Karen, I know you disapprove of my decision. But unless Jack and CTU call to say they have Fayed, there is no other option here. Tell them to load the buses.
Yes, Mr. President.
Sand Canyon Road. What? I was just remembering. I had a friend who lived on Sand Canyon Road. We can take the service route from here.
They're 2 miles ahead of us on the service road. We can monitor the direction with this cell phone.
CTU wants you on comm.
Copy?
10-4. CTU, this is Manning.
Go ahead, Curtis.
Bill, I'm with Jack. You have satellite access yet?
It's coming up. Is Jack on the line?
I'm here, Bill.
We're redirecting the NSA
Satellite to the area around Sand Canyon Road exit marker. As soon as we have a fix on Assad's vehicle, we'll upload it to your GPS.
Copy that.
Good to see you, Jack. I'm sorry for what you were put through. But I'm glad you're back.
Thanks.
Now you have to work with Assad. Doesn't that bother you? The man's a terrorist, Jack. Responsible for taking hundreds, maybe thousands of innocent lives over the past 20 years. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
I don't know what means anything anymore, Curtis. I spent my whole life defending this country against people like Assad. And now he's trying to disarm his people or announce terrorism. Playing field has changed.
That doesn't change Assad's past. We have to make sure that he pays for the crimes that he's committed.
He's our only chance at a peaceful resolution to all of this. That might not happen. Anyway, it's not our call to make.
We'll see.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
This isn't working. There's still too much pain. I need something stronger.
There are some prescription painkillers in the kitchen.
Get them. And some water. Make sure I can see you.
They're in the cabinet over the TV.
Give it to me. Sit down. Sit down.
Sit down, sweetie.
Form an orderly line. Head count will be taken. Then and only then will you be loaded onto those buses. Understand, any problems you cause will only delay this process. Get in line.
I'll tell him. Right. It was the FBI. Your sister. She's been arrested.
What? When?
Less than an hour ago, the FBI agents were sent to the offices of the Islamic American Alliance to serve a warrant for their personnel files. Sandra proceeded to delete them right in front of the agents. They had no choice but to arrest her.
Damn it. Where's she been taken down?
She's being detained at one of our provisional facilities.
Waleed, I'm so sorry I got you into this. I deleted those files. It wasn't right for them to arrest you for my actions.
I have nothing to apologize for. You are protecting the rights of innocent Americans. It's what this country stands for, even if the government's forgotten.
Back away. Move back. Come on. Okay.
You take him?
Where are you taking him? Waleed.
I'll be all right.
Over here, Miss Palmer. Take off her cuffs. For you. I'll be right here.
Hello? Please hold.
What were you thinking deleting those files?
We're standing up to an unlawful seizure.
You making a point is the last thing I need today. Now I have ordered your release. Agents are waiting outside with instructions to take you back home.
I don't want to be released, Wayne. I want to fight this. Bring attention to the civil liberties that your administration has allowed to be violated.
Do you have any idea what's going on today?
Of course I do.
Innocent people are dying all over the country. And you choose now to make a civil rights case out of this.
Well, somebody has to. Look, if you're going to release anybody, it should be Waleed.
Waleed is the head of the organization under investigation. Now, the FBI just wants to hold him until it can be determined what was in those files you deleted.
There is nothing incriminating on those files. Wayne, you have my word. Waleed is innocent.
Then Waleed has nothing to worry about, Sandra. Listen, I don't have time for this. You are released. Go home. I will call you later.
I need to speak with Waleed before I leave here.
That's not going to happen.
I'm his attorney. You have to give me access to him.
Don't tell me what I have to do, Miss Palmer. I'm following orders.
Waleed has rights.
Limited rights, Miss Palmer. He's being held under the revised enemy combatant statute.
Applying that statute to somebody like him is ridiculous. Is the law just being completely thrown out of the window?
you're through the lectures, I have orders to drive you home.
Stay to the left. Once inside the secure zone, you will disrobe. After a cavity search, you'll be given back your clothing. Sir, you have to keep moving.
I don't care. I'm innocent. I want to talk to somebody in authority.
We're not going to ask you again.
Hey, don't touch me. Let him alone.
Sir, get back in line.
Not until you let go of that man. Take your hands off me.
Take him to interrogation.
Around here.
Yeah.
Visiting relative. Why are you asking? I need to make sure you can get back to your car.
I'll be okay.
I'll be okay. My son, he says this. He has a memory like a fish. His mother is very worried.
Okay, and the next corner, make a right. Then drop me off at the end of the street.
Did you copy that?
It's the 6500 block of Alderton. Bring up the data on all commercial and residential buildings within a half mile and then begin a pre-sort. You mean like I'm doing already?
Right over there. All right. Thanks again for your help, please. It's nothing.
He's crossing 64th Road, heading towards the commercial district. I'm turning around.
There he is.
We've acquired the suspect on satellite.
Curtis, have your men set up a moving perimeter.
Collier, take your men across 64th Road. Set up a moving perimeter behind the target.
Really well trained. Be careful.
My men know their job.
Do I know you?
No. But I know you.
Subjects entering a commercial building 1 block south of where you are.
Copy that. Borman, we're gonna take Assad with us. Keep him under close watch. Search him for weapons.
Curtis, Assad is part of this operation.
Not anymore.
Wait. We'll take care of it as soon as this is over. I promise. Thank you.
The building is a self-storage facility, 1 floor, 200 units.
Borman, keep him here.
Team Leader, do you copy?
Go ahead, Collier.
I can see 2 dozen cases of ammunition. Boxes with check writing.
Bill, this is a dead drop. Fayette's not here.
We only have a few minutes, Jack. If the suspect is not going to lead us to Fayette in order to stop the prisoner exchange, we have to move in now. Get the information through interrogation.
Bill, that's too risky. We have no guarantee we can make him talk in time.
That's the risk we have to take. Curtis, move your men into position.
Understood. All teams, we're moving in. Silent approach, non-lethal force.
the storage unit. We'll check the hard drive, but it's been badly damaged.
Understood, Jack. I need the prisoner.
Got the feed of the prisoners at Palmdale.
Yes,
Mr. President, I have Bill Buchanan on the line for you.
put him on.
Yes, sir.
Mr. President, we've had a setback to our operation.
What happened, Bill?
The suspect Jack was following chose to kill himself rather than be apprehended. We're examining the area for evidence, but there's no telling how long that will take or if it will lead us to Fayette, sir. I'm sorry.
So am I. Keep me informed.
Of course.
Mr. President, if you're intent on following through with this prisoner release, we await your orders.
Load them on a plane.
This is Lennox. The President's made his decision. Load the prisoners on the plane. Head count is correct, and all men are accounted for on bus 3. I want confirmed head counts on all other vehicles. Roger that. We will proceed single file in an orderly manner onto the plane. There will be no mistakes and no disorder. Is that clear? Let's get these buses out of here as soon as we can. Move.
Fine. We just heard from the airport. Our people are being loaded onto the planes. The President has given in to us. Hello? Hello? Back here.
You, Marcus.
For you.
I'm supposed to give this to you, and you're supposed to give me something in return.
It's not enough.
What do you mean?
Component cost me a little more than I thought it would. I need another 50,000.
What was that's all they gave me.
Well, we can go back and get the rest.
I can't do that. Look, I need whatever it is you're selling, please. Just take the money. I am begging you.
Hey, until you get more money, we got nothing more to talk about.
Can I use your phone?
Yeah.
Look, he wants another $50,000.
Tell him you don't have it.
I did, and he said to come back when I get it.
Listen to me. There is no more money. I don't care what you have to do, but you have to get that item from him. You understand what happens here if you don't, right?
Yeah, I understand.
What do you say?
Well, he says he'll get the money. And before, I bring it back here, he just wants to make sure you really do have it.
There it is.
Okay, Jack, the hard drive is mostly toast, but I was able to recover the most recently accessed files.
Some kind of wiring schematic. How much of the file do we have?
About a page and a half, mostly in Arabic, some of it in Russian.
Get us out over here now.
Foreman. Bring.
You know what this is?
This is a list of electronic components, field specifications, programming instructions for a detonator. But this is for a nuclear device.
Is it even possible that Fayed could have acquired a nuclear weapon?
The organization has tried unsuccessfully in the past. It's possible he may have found a way.
You knew about it all along, didn't you? You knew they were after him now! Listen, please.
There is a reference file at the bottom of the page. Subtel 3.
That's a compact bomb the Soviets made in the late 80s, referred to as a suitcase nuke.
Are they all accounted for?
Well, officially, they were all destroyed, but there was a claim that one of the devices was diverted to a nuclear scientist with suspected terrorist ties. He calls himself Saif al-Din. Looking up his file now, and it won't be much. Saif al-Din is a code name. Means sword of the faith. Intelligence never discovers identity. Hey, Jack, we have one surveillance photo. It's about 6 years old.
Put it up. Do you recognize him?
Yes, I saw him with Fayed a year ago. His name is Numer, Hassan Numer.
Chloe, did you copy that?
Looking up his name.
We need to know where this man is now.
I think we already do. Hassan Numir is a terrorist being released from the Palmdale military prison.
Nadia, get on the phone to the White House. Chloe, bring up the feed from the airfield.
This is what Fayed has been planning all along. These bombings were designed to make you free this man.
Son of a bitch. Chloe, have they freed the prisoners yet?
No, they're on the plane. It'll be a couple minutes before they're in the air.
Get me the CO at the airfield, send it to my office. Nadia, tell the president I'm stopping the release.
This is Nadia Yes from CTO. I need to do the president priority 3.
This is Bill Buchanan. The prisoner you're looking for is Hassan Namir. I'm sending his picture to your PDA.
Roger that. Prisoner Namir, raise your hand. I've got the photo. Prisoner Namir, identify yourself now. We need to go over every square inch of this plane. And someone let the sergeant know he needs to get up here now.
Hurry up. Fayed is waiting for you.